Good afternoon. Hello? Is it working? Can you hear me? No. 1, 2, 3. Hi. Welcome to this beautiful day team meeting, 1st of December. We're grateful that you're here. I have a few announcements to bring to your attention. We kicked off 12 days of Christmas today, which is exciting. We are going to have today's team meeting, and then tomorrow we will have wrapping paper available for anybody who wants to bring their things in to wrap. There will be hot chocolate and cookies. Everything's provided, so anytime during the day you can stop by and do any wrapping that you'd like to take care of. Thursday, we're going to have a Christmas happy hour from 4:30 to 6 in the workroom, which will be hosted by Tim with Cross Country. So we hope you can make it. Hors d'oeuvres will be served. Friday is, I can't remember what Friday is. I'm sorry. Friday is a surprise. Friday is a surprise. We'll get more information out today with flyers so you can have that information. I wanted to let you know, starting in January, the office bills will be due on the 15th instead of the 20th. It won't change anybody who's having it automatically debited. You don't need to do anything. We just want to let you know. After the 20th of each month, your office bill will be late and you will be hearing from us. Oh, there we go. Pictures with Santa on Friday. Come in and take pictures with Santa and post them on Facebook.
Is it the one that's at the door?
Yes, it's the one at the door. We also would like to give you a sneak peek to let you know that Kent Temple will be coming to our market center in January to teach leverage, build your top team talent. We will be getting that date out to you and with more information, but we wanted you guys to be the first to know. So we are very excited to have him with us. Anybody who's gone through his classes, he's a wonderful teacher.
Master faculty.
He is master faculty, yes. Our very next team meeting, which is the 21st, we will be doing a fun party, Christmas party with games and prizes. We hope everybody can come. That will be catered. We have a caterer coming. Home inspectors will be here. It'll be a lot of fun. So there'll be no remote Zoom for that. We just hope everybody comes and celebrates and being together. And then I'd like to introduce the beautiful ladies from Union Home Mortgage who gave us this lunch today. Please give them a round. You have to pass the mic so they can hear you on Zoom.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Hey there. Merry Christmas season. And we are so happy to be here with you guys today. Just wanted to quickly introduce everyone to some people that may be a little bit newer. My name's Michelle Roten, and I have with me Allison Terrell, Rhonda Mascarella, Lisa Church, Teresa Manzel, and Julie Miller. So we're really happy to be here today. Thank you. We hope you enjoy lunch and your little mugs with your sweet goodies in there. And we just have a few quick mortgage updates to go over with you guys. So today we want to highlight our Ready Set Home loan program. For anybody that does not know that we have that to offer, are your clients fully pre-approved for the loan prior to finding a property address? So what this can do is your buyers can, experience the VIP experience. We fully underwrite up front without a property address. So this can really give both sellers and buyers that peace of mind to know that, your offer has increased buying power. It's already underwritten up front. You can present the offer stating that your buyer, has already been pre-underwritten and has funding secured. So we go ahead and secure the funding and everything for that. So it really shortens the process.
Period in the closing period.
The loan is completely underwritten. Once we have a property address, we basically plug that in, order title search, order appraisal. Soon as we have that stuff back, we're ready to close. So it really does expedite that whole closing process to where, we don't have to worry about the due diligence periods. as much when we have that stuff done up front. And it also, I know there's some little, preconceived notions and stuff about even FHA offers or borrowers, that just want to go the FHA route, a little bit lower interest rate. And, those, especially, with FHA borrowers, it's really good to go ahead and send those through that type of program to where, just besides the property, any type of FHA, if it's an older house or something with some of the appraisal, stipulations and stuff, at least, even FHA borrowers or any borrowers are pre-approved and, they're ready, just as soon as they do find a house. Anything else about that program? It's really good. It really gives a lot of buying power and borrowing power. And again, it really does help both the seller and the buyer feel comfortable about the offer. And you as the agent presenting the offer, knowing that, everything's been taken care of as far as that buyer is concerned, everything about their credit, income, and all of that, just the property address. So another quick thing, of course, big news, most of you have probably seen the new conforming loan limits have gone up 18% from 2021, from 548,250 to 647,200. And the FHA limits are also rising from 356,362 to 420,680. Random amounts, I know. So these rising loan limits really just, let a wider group of borrowers be able to qualify for these mortgage loan programs, higher loan amounts with Fannie, Freddie, and FHA. And those are available now. So it's with delivery, not when we, start the loan process. So we are available to do those now if anybody has anyone interested in those. So we don't have to go, with conforming, we don't have to go the jumbo, which is a little bit higher interest rate and a little bit higher qualifications for that program. So it just makes that a little bit easier. So next, we just wanted to talk about mortgage interest rates. They're still phenomenal. I mean, just great. We're saying 30-year fixed. Of course, these are contingent upon credit, loan to value, and a few other stipulations, but our 30-year fixed interest rates right now are running around 3%. Yeah, just still solid. 15-year fixed around 2.5%. The 30-year fixed VA around 2.5%. 30-year fixed FHA around 2.5%. The 30-year fixed jumbo loan is around 3.25%. And just keep in mind, we do have, construction loans, those one-time closed construction loans. And those rates are 3.25%, to lock in for 8 months construction time. So that's really solid as well. Yes.
What are you hearing on them raising the interest rates next year?
What are we hearing on them raising the interest rate next year? It's going to happen. There's a lot of talk about it. In fact, to your point, we just saw the rates tip up a little bit. And then they kind of settle back down. They've been artificially low for so long that for years we've been saying you better jump on it now. They're going up, anytime now. But I really do think.
Is there any feel for how much?
I don't think. I don't have, of course, a crystal ball, so don't quote me on this. But I would think it would be a gradual, a quarter, a half. I wouldn't think that we would, can you knock on, is it plastic? So I wouldn't think that we would see any type of huge, just with everything going on in the economy and with, COVID and the new variant and, all of that stuff. I can't see it, shooting up big time, but, there's inflation, talks of inflation and inflation happening. So I can't imagine our rates staying this. So I always, and like I said, we've said for years, but I truly feel like, that rates will probably see them tick up a little bit, maybe 3.5, 3.75, probably for a 30-year fix next year, which that's still not bad. A lot of us remember 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somebody said a 14 one time. So, we've just been so used to hearing 2s and 3s, but I think it'll still stay maybe in the 3s. I'm hoping at least for next year. Good question. We'll hope.
We got a big bill to pay for it.
True, very true. We'll keep the power of positive thinking on that. And just a quick reminder, of course, if you don't see us in person somewhere, know that we're always here for you. We are a text, a phone call, and probably a 5-minute drive away. So if you ever need any of us for anything whatsoever, just give us a buzz. And we will be present either physically or by phone or, computer. We've got mobile apps and everything. So that's kind of become the way of the future, it seems, and so much more convenient. And just a quick reminder, Thursday, the Realtors Association Luncheon. Hey, Christy May. Being inducted, which is super exciting. We are the sponsor for that meeting. So we're so excited. We've got Matt Lovett with the Mason Lovett Band. We have hired him to come sing some Christmas music and stuff for us. So that should be really good. And we have some really great door prizes, really great table door prizes. So anyhow, we hope to see all of you there. I think today is the last day to RSVP, so make sure you do that. Anybody have any mortgage related questions, comments, any way that we can help you?
I have a question. Do you guys offer any type of product for, let's say that I have a house to sell, okay? I'm working with a builder to build a new house, but I don't want to put my house on the market right now because I don't want to be homeless for X period of time. Do you guys have something that they can buy or, get the process going on the new construction and then sell theirs when it gets to?
We do. We have. Yes, sorry, I was going to do that. Do we have any type of program that helps you be able to go ahead and take advantage of your new house purchase or build while you're selling your existing house? So we have a few different programs. We have a bridge loan program where you can take the equity out of, where you can take the equity out of your existing house and use towards the other house. Another big thing that we have, we really, you've heard us talk about it before, but our recast, we love our recast product. We service our own loans at Union Home Mortgage. So the beauty of that is with conforming loans, we're able to, as long as they qualify with both mortgage products, they can go ahead and buy and have peace of mind and buy the property that they're looking to build, whether it be an existing property or construction. And then once their house sells, after they've closed on their the purchase, they can take the equity from their sale and we can do a recast, which is just lowering that balance down, lowering the payment down without them having to refinance. So it saves, $2,000-3,000 in closing costs, but we just take that, money. It gives people a very sense of, we found it really does help people to, buyers to want to move forward because they have that peace of mind that they can sell later, still buy this one, sell later, and be in the same position as if that one was sold prior to them buying the new one. Does that make sense? So really keep in mind our recast. That's really gotten a lot of buyers off the fence with, hey, I want to wait and get the, I've got 100,000 equity in my existing house. I want to wait and sell that because I want to put that down on the new purchase. You don't have to with us. Not every lender offers that recast program, but we're super proud of that and we love it. It just saves people money, gives them that calm and reassurance to where, they can be in the same predicament. Go ahead and buy, don't lose that dream house, and then sell later and use that equity and we can lower those payments down to that new loan amount. Same rate, same term, new loan amount, lower their payments. You're welcome. Cindy?
You do with the recast line, which I have, you can put down money and recast it, that's $250, correct? So
One.
let's say, for instance, you have it, you could refinance and do a recast line, and let's say, for instance, I have 50 years, I want to put some money down, and I can reduce that principal, but keep the same interest rate. So it's really a great product.
Cindy was talking about that the recast product is really great because you don't have to worry about refinancing later. You do keep that same interest rate that you locked in now that's probably lower than what it will be later on. So you keep that same rate, keep that same term. one-time $250 fee every time that you do that throughout the life of your loan. And it's just basically to pay for new recording costs and stuff for the new note down at the Register of Deeds. But we can, at any point in time, $10,000 or more, you know, let's say you sell your house and you have 50,000 equity you want to put down. You know, we can put that down. Say you have a good year, like Cindy was saying, and you've got an extra 10,000 that you want to put down on your mortgage, usually around a $60 difference in payment every 10,000. So at any point in time, $10,000 or more increments, as long as we have your loan throughout the life of your loan, we can take advantage of that for a one-time $250 fee each time. Yes.
But on both of those loans, the bridge as well as the rehab, in order to qualify before they actually sell, they have to be able to qualify for both mortgages at the same time.
They do have to qualify for both mortgages at the same time. Absolutely, absolutely.
On the bridge loan, though, you don't have to count the payment. That's one of the bonuses of the bridge is that interest only payment on the bridge does not count in your debt to income ratio.
The interest only payment on the bridge doesn't count.
So the bridges do have to be.
No,
Yeah.
The bridge is your primary residence.
The bridge is the primary residence, and you don't have to qualify for both mortgages for that because you don't have to count the payment on the bridge loan. Any other questions? Well, we thank you so much for your time. We thank you for your partnership. We appreciate all of you so very much. Please reach out to us anytime if you need anything at all, if we can help in any way. And we wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. Thank you so much. We appreciate your partnership.
Michelle, ladies, thank you very much. Kathy Penner says, I love offering recast to clients. Great product. Thank you, Union Home. And Michelle, I've got one more question for you before you sit down. What does Santa spend his hard-earned salary on?
What does Santa? Alcohol.
She says alcohol. I say jingle bills. Ah. Jingle bills that start with A, B, and C, right? Oh, what goes O, O, O? Santa walking backwards. Oh, oh,
Oh, my God.
oh. And what happened to the man that stole the advent calendar?
Went to the ABC store.
He got 25 days after the ABC store, right? Again, thank you so much. Who all in the room has heard of K-Score? You've heard of it? You've heard of it? Those of you that haven't, Keller Williams School of Real Estate. And you'll probably hear us repeat it a couple of times just because it is amazing program that's being offered right now, completely free of charge, no strings attached. So we have got a link that folks will request enrollment information from. If you need that, feel free to text me, email me at any time, and I'll shoot it over to you. We'll also post on the Facebook group again, and it'll be coming up in our follow-up information. I wanted to say the ladies with Union Home Mortgage, the information that was posted on the screen, will have that out to you as well. So don't worry about trying to remember that. Got some questions? Yes, ma'am. Let's go here first.
I just remember in one of the posts that said there's an actual link where it will go straight to us, so it can go down our profit share line, so it connects back to us as far as wanting to sign up and get the ball rolling in that aspect. Is that with the case score?
Yeah, so asking about profit share is something that is very, very important to me, and I guard it fiercely, right? So in the link that they can request enrollment information from, there's a question in there that asks who gave them the information. The other option that you have is if you have that link, you can sign them up as well to be sure that you're name goes in there. And I will do everything within my power to make sure that they remember that you're the one that referred them to the program. Not only does it ask on that enrollment request form, it's a Google form, once they actually sign up for the real estate school in the Kaplan back end of the system, it asks them there as well. So that's entered as many times as we can. It's something super important to me. Great question. Go ahead, Tammy.
You and I spoke the other day at home. You said that because of the number, that what's the next day and time where they can come to career night?
Yes, perfect information. So we're asking that when you send somebody their career night information, that you also make sure that they've submitted that enrollment request. That's for information capture and just to make sure that I don't lose track of anybody along the way, right? If we follow a system, then things don't get forgotten. That being said, the next career night is December 14th from 6 to 7 p.m. It's for the foreseeable future going to always be the second Tuesday of the month from 6 to 7 p.m. They will get the code for the 100% discount for the pre-licensing courses at that career event.
Do they have to sign up for career night?
Yes and no. So part of the franchise addendum that we had to sign and agree to when we enrolled in the K-Score program is that we have to have a conversation, one-on-one conversation with anybody that's interested in enrolling in the program. So we've had an overwhelming response. We were featured on the international growth call yesterday because we've had over 200 people that have requested enrollment information. Our last career night was robust. And at that point, we only had about 50 that were interested. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen on Tuesday. Did that answer your question? They go to the Google form. That way we've captured their information. We've captured who.
So you want the form filled out before career night?
Yes, and then.
They get the information to log in.
Correct. Yep. And that way we can forward the information to them afterwards as long as they've signed up on the form. They're also getting notified once they sign up on the form. It is taking 24, 48 hours or so. So just give them that reasonable expectation. All great questions though. Yes, ma'am.
How do we find out whether we need ethics training on the board?
Okay, so Beth is asking, how do we find out if we need ethics training? And Cindy says, call the board. We're also going to have a big corner at the end of the call. So that would be a great question for Tiffany. Thank you. Anything else on K-Score, Keller Williams School of Real Estate?
Yeah.
Go. There is a code of ethics course tomorrow morning from 8:30 to 11 at the board office. And Christy May needs to know today if you have not signed up already and want to go tomorrow morning. It's only $10 at the door and you won't find it online. Thank you. Great information. Rusty, I see your comment in there. I'll make sure that we get the link out as soon as I get done with my portion. Anything else on K-Score?
Are you saying K-Score or K-School?
K-Score, Keller Williams School of Real Estate is where it's coming from. Yep, another acronym. It makes us who we are, right? Builds character. Okay. Second, we had the honor of being able to interview Carl Liebert, who is the KWX CEO, basically the second in command in Keller Williams, for an hour the other day. And where that came from is that we had the highest enrollment numbers for Mega Camp back in August. And thanks to Jen's help during that time, I admittedly didn't realize there was a contest going on, but Jen did. And she put in the code or whatever was required for us to be in the running. So wonderful, wonderful man. If you haven't had the opportunity to hear him speak, he was the one that led USAA for, I think it was, well, he's been a global business leader for about 30 years. He took USAA through the technology shift. So we have any USAA members in here? They are the easy button when it comes to mobile apps and financing and financial institution. They were one of the very first ones to do mobile deposits. And it's been truly the goal is just to make things easy for their members. So one of the things that he talked about was going into the end of the year. We've literally got 16 business days left of December. It is December 7th, folks. And he read a book by a friend of his, John Gordon, that's called The One Word. And he takes the last couple weeks of the year to think about what's important and to become highly reflective over the last year, the last several years, the things that he would like to accomplish in the coming year. He takes the time over the holidays to do that. And two things that he said in our call that really stood out to me. It's not selfish to think about what it takes to nourish our souls. So I want you to think about that today and going into the holiday season. What exactly is it that nourishes your soul? And then the other thing he said is that he looks outward, he looks inward, and then he looks upward. And it was just such a simple reminder that touched me. So over the next 16 business days and the time we've got left in December, I wanted to ask you to just take a minute today and think about, take work out of it. Take all the roles that you have out of it. Mom, dad, husband, son, community leader, church leader. And how do you measure your moments? And how are you going to measure your moments going into 2022? Some might say travel. Some might say giving, love, purpose. How are those things measured for you? So I just wanted to share that with you. And I'm going to pass the buck to Christy May. As our union ladies mentioned, she will be inducted tomorrow as the Burlington Alamance County Association of Realtors president, which is super exciting. And I think she may be telling you the difference between BACAR and MLS, because that seems to be a confusing factor for a lot of people these days, but I will hand the floor over to you. Oh, not gonna do that all
We don't
day.
have enough time for that. I real quick wanted to just say thank you for everybody who stepped up when I asked for RPAC donations. Just know that's not the last you're going to hear from me. But I do want to say thank you, because just a reminder that that's one way for you to have your voice heard and to affect the decisions that are made on behalf of your business and your clients. So I want to ask you to please do that again in 2022. And also with regard to the Association of Realtors, when everybody became a realtor, you had to join a board. So hopefully, if you're in this office, you're either part of the Durham board or the Alamance board. So, you know, I would ask for your support and your participation this coming year. Not to sound negative, but we have a bad rep in our association because we're the largest firm with the lowest participation. But I know how awesome our company is, and because I know who I work with. And so I want you to help me to prove them wrong, you know, so I'm asking for your participation. But we're also going to do a meeting, and I don't have a date yet, and I'll email that out, but where we're going to have a meeting so you can find out more about how you can get involved. I mean, you can just come to the monthly membership meetings and that'll be fine too. But if you want to get more involved, there are things that you can do inside the association to affect what happens on a local level for us. So there you go. Oh, I love y'all.
Awkward ending. Usually that's my area, Christy May. Thank you very much. All right, next up, we've got Miss Tiffany Ross, who is going to do our BIC corner.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. And I have a few updates, some good news for you guys. a nice review of all the things that we've accomplished this year. We're so proud of all of you for everything that you have worked with us on in the BIC department here. A couple of notes from Teresa. She's attending an FSO, Franchise Systems Operations training today. She wishes that she could be here to share this information herself. And she wants you to know that she looks forward to growing together with you all in 2022. And so I am going to share my screen. I've prepared a brief PowerPoint presentation like last time to cover a few things that we want to make sure that you remember and that you know. So if someone could just give me a thumbs up if you can see a PowerPoint presentation. Or Ariel, can you confirm it? Can you see it? Okay. All right. And so from the BIC department this year, we wanted to go over a few things that have been accomplished that we're really proud of. We want to give you some reminders about training coming up. And you did mention ethics, so I do have some information for that for you. And then, of course, a thank you. So the first thing is we have been very busy in 2021. And you may have seen all of these things rolling out over the course of the year, but we just wanted to do a recap here. So this year, KW Central started our YouTube channel, and on that channel, you can find so many resources that we have prepared for you. The first one is Share Your Story. We're really proud about that particular opportunity to get to know and connect with one another. There are over 200, almost 300 agents in our market center, and we want to get to know each and every one of you. So the idea here is to talk to and learn a little something about each other so that we can increase our connectivity. The second thing that we have for you is Glad You Asked. We started this year, and if you haven't attended, we encourage you to do so. It's every other Thursday at 1 p.m. It's an opportunity to hear about some relevant topics that are happening right now in our market center. And you have usually both of us, Teresa and I, both BICs there. In some cases, you'll have one or the other. But it's a chance for you to hear what's going on, be prepared for what's happening in the market, and to bring your questions so that we can have really great discussions. We want to thank all of you who have attended so far and for your participation. And we look forward to that being a wonderful resource for all of you in the new year. The next thing is the boot camp training. We're really proud of creating a training boot camp for new agents, but we want you to know that this is available to all agents. We have some great training. It could be a great refresher, even if you're not brand new. But we do have this boot camp training to help our new agents get comfortable with the paperwork, the documentation, the processes and procedures as you're getting started in your new real estate career. And then lastly, on this YouTube channel, you will find other panel discussions. We had some really fun discussions earlier this year. We have all of these things recorded and available for you to watch anytime according to your schedule. So we're really proud of all these things that we've created and provided, and they are wonderful resources for all of our agents. In addition to that, we again have been very busy. This year, we updated our firm's policies and procedures, and those are already available for anyone who hasn't seen them yet on our KW intranet page. And in fact, we have a review coming, so we'll have brand new updated policies and procedures on the intranet in January. So make sure that you check out our Market Center intranet page and review these policies and procedures. We work very hard on those to have some really solid policies in place and give some good guidance for our agents and for our market center. The third thing that we have here is the communication that we have for you all via text, email, and Facebook. You've probably seen them. We have introduced something called BIC Bites. And so every week or every 2 weeks, we have just a little reminder, some little short note to you all from the BIC department, just a reminder about maybe something that's happening or going on reminders just for your information. So another way to get some important information out to you all. And again, you've probably seen all of these things rolling out throughout the year. Again, we're very proud of these things that we have available for you. And we look forward to your communication back to us on anything else that you would like to see more training on, or other ways that we can assist you in your real estate practice. When it comes to other resources, just a reminder, you all should probably already know this. We do have the big hotline. If you have questions that you would like to have answered, you can also email us at brokerincharge832@gmail.com. And again, another resource where you can catch usually both of us is in the Glad You Asked. It's a Zoom. Anyone can attend from the Zoom link every other Thursday at 1 o'clock. Any questions so far? Good. All right. Well,
Hang
coming
on
up.
just a moment.
Oh, okay.
Had to get my sound squared away. Can you hear me,
Okay.
Tiffany?
I can.
Okay, great. So question was, where are the policies and procedures on the intranet?
Oh, on the intranet. Okay. If you go into the 832 Market Center page, there is a list of documents. So under the documents, it's titled Policies and Procedures for our Market Center. So it's under documents within the 832 page.
That's correct. Intranet, and we can troubleshoot afterwards if we need to.
Thank you for asking, and we can certainly get that that actual link address out to you guys if that would be of assistance. All right.
Tiffany, hang on just
coming-
one more second. We've got another question.
Okay.
Yes, and it was every other Thursday for the BIC.
For the
And
Glad You
which
Asked.
Thursday does that start? Or what's the next one, Tiffany?
Okay, so the next one is on the 16th. I just want to check my calendar to make sure I'm telling you the right Thursday. Yes, so next Thursday, the 16th. And it's every other Thursday.
Perfect. So Cindy found policies and procedures and Beth has that. Actually, Cindy's assistant found policy and procedure. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job.
All right. And the floor is yours again, Tiffany.
All right. And thank you all for your questions. So coming up in 2022, we have a few things already in the works. Again, just looking for more ways to educate you, more ways to protect you. And so we have a session coming January the 27th at 1 p.m. It's called What You Need to Know About E&O. And so we have someone from our E&O company that's going to be joining us during that Glad You Asked on January 27th. And he's going to explain more about E&O insurance. He's going to explain some things that you need to know, how to prepare or avoid claims, but also what happens if you get one. So the more that you know, the better prepared you could be if you find yourself in a situation where E&O insurance may be required. So mark your calendars, January 27th at 1 p.m. What you need to know about E&O.
Tiffany,
Also-
can I pop in
Yes.
here for a moment?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'd like to share a little story about E&O if I can.
Make sure it's little. I only had 5 minutes. Uh-oh, did I lose you? I don't hear anything.
I have to go down on the room level to hear me, but up on the room level to hear you. So thank you for your patience there. I have a little story about E&O. A person that I know well, I'm not going to mention any names, caught a real estate commission violation. And this person didn't know how E&O worked because didn't have a broker in charge that was as involved as Tiffany and Teresa. So this person responded to the real estate commission violation because everything was documented well, the process was handled well, and this person believed they were in the right, and they were. Except what happened was the commission ruled that that case would be closed, and based on the response, another case would be open. So as it turned out, because the E&O process and procedure was not followed, the person wasn't protected and ended up having to pay a hefty fee because of that. So I'm going to ask you all, how many violations do you think that we get with nearly 300 agents in a year within Keller Williams? Anybody have any idea? Joe Don said 400. We got 20 coming out, 100. Thank God it's not 100. I have to brag on these ladies for a moment because in 2020, there were 17 real estate commission violations. In 2021, we're not all the way through the period that E&O, I believe E&O starts in the March, April timeframe. However, so far in 2021, there have been 3, if that gives you any idea. Yes. Yeah. So that is a huge improvement. And the reason being is because if there's anything going on, if you are feeling fishy about anything, reach out to your brokers in charge, and they can reach out to E&O, and E&O can sometimes advocate, in fact, most times advocate on your behalf before it ends up going to the commission or a formal complaint. And Tiffany, feel free to correct me if I'm saying anything wrong in there, but E&O is your partner. It also impacts you directly because that's where your agent fees come from, a portion of where your agent fees come from. So we had a hefty increase in our in our E&O fees because of the complaints in 2020. We're hoping and praying to see a decline there in 2021. And just know that the fees aren't arbitrary, that we're a pass-through company, and that's where that comes from. So the more communication that you can have with your brokers in charge around any issue, any challenges, the better.
All right. Ariel, thank you so much for sharing that story. And that is one of the reasons why we want to bring an actual E&O specialist to come and talk to and educate all of you all on what you need to know about E&O and how that process works. The only correction I would have is if you get a complaint from the real estate commission, make sure you immediately contact your brokers in charge. Do not attempt to respond yourself. There's a lot that you don't know about that process that we will be able to assist and guide you through. So that would be the only correction there. You know, contact broker in charge first. Don't try to respond. And then we will help guide pulling E&O in and going through those next steps. All right.
Don't be that person that I know so well.
What was that, Ariel?
Don't be that person that I know so well that responded without guidance from their BIC.
Yeah, don't be that person. We hope that, you know, by sharing other stories that we can assist you all in avoiding having that for yourself. So the Market Center calendar, we have some updates. Our goal is to make sure that we can have the entire calendar planned and available for you all, fully updated with links and everything that's going on in January for the year of 2022. So we have some plans in mind already for making sure that you can look at your entire year and be able to plan and organize around our Market Center events. And then the last thing is, and I mentioned it already, your policy and procedure updates are going to be on the intranet January the 5th. So we have your initial rollout of policies and procedures already there, but we are in the process of the updates and additions that need to be made. So you'll see those new ones go out the first of the year. A couple of reminders, you have diversity training. There is a free diversity training from KWRI. The website is here, www.kwlearningcenter.com. It is the unconscious bias in real estate tomorrow at 3 p.m. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. A reminder that diversity training will be required for our market center next year. Okay, so if you want to just get a jump on that training, feel free to jump in tomorrow to the unconscious bias. Again, another reminder, this one already came up, your ethics. So anyone who is a realtor, which has to be all of you if you're a member of our market center, you have to complete your ethics requirement by December 31st. You probably have already heard from your board, but if you have not, you want to check with your local board. Some of you are members of more than one. You need to check with every board that you're a member of to find out what your status is with that board. And if you need to provide any proof of taking your ethics course. Sometimes there's a certificate. Sometimes they will accept a snapshot from your screenshot on the commission's website if you took ethics as a CE course. And so you do want to check with every board that you're a member of to make sure that your ethics requirement has been met and it's up to date with your board. Okay. And I heard earlier, I think it was Christy mentioned that there is an ethics class available tomorrow. So if you haven't taken it yet, if you're able to jump into that one, that's a great resource for you. Otherwise, the board will be able to let you know what your options are for online compliance because you're running out of a year here. So make sure you get that taken care of before the end of this year. All right, and our final slide. Ariel already shared this with you guys, but we just wanted to say thank you. It's because of you all embracing the changes that we've been implementing all year, plugging into the training, just doing everything it takes to help to make our market center better. Because of that, the complaints to the commission have been reduced by 80% in 1 year. That is huge. And we look forward to an even more successful year in 2022. So just wanted to end with thank you all. You all are wonderful. We've enjoyed coming in and coming alongside of our market center and just making some improvements, some training, some changes. And we're seeing the results of those changes. So thank you, KW Central. Great job. Keep up the good work. And let's have a wonderful 2022.
Tiffany, thank you so much. And I've got to just share extreme gratitude to you and Teresa, both just for your passion for educating agents. And I know I've been on the other side of the desk before in the broker in charge's office. I don't always agree. In fact, many of you have come to me with broker questions, which I'm not qualified to answer, being that I'm not licensed in North Carolina. And yet I frequently make the statement that if you want the rainmaker answer, come to me. If you want the broker in charge answer, go to the broker in charge. It's not always comfortable. And trust me, it's not always comfortable for them either. And yet they have to take a whole worldview into context when they make some of the decisions and the calls that they make. I can promise you that they're both closely in contact with the commission, and they are both really big on staying up to date on education and the new things coming through. And the goal is to transfer all of that information to all of you. So just trust that they've got your best interest at heart, even though sometimes it feels uncomfortable or maybe not the answer that you want to hear. So thank you again. Extreme amount of gratitude there. Number one complaint I hear across brokerages is I can't get in touch with my broker in charge. We have created the big hotline and the broker in charge email to leverage that out a little bit. Just like I explained to people, when you're running a team, it's kind of like a busy medical practice. You don't want your surgeon answering the phones, right? Because their highest and best use of their time is in technical surgical situations. Same thing with the broker in charge. We want them communicating with E&O and keeping our agents out of real estate jail. So thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Yes. We had a question how to access the calendar. Is everybody familiar with mykw.kw.com? That's the backend platform. So if you go there in the bottom right-hand side, you're going to see a clickable link that says MC 832, Market Center 832. Click that, and then you'll see a calendar up towards the right-hand side. If you click on the calendar, it'll give you several options. So you can pull all of the regional events that are taking place, even some of the big international events are on that calendar, and you can filter down all the way to the local events as well. So if anybody needs help with that, we can get those instructions out in the follow-up from the meeting. Anything else there? Any other questions? All right. I've got my two productivity coaches at the back of the room. You all want to say a quick piece about what's going on in the productivity program? Just speak. They don't have to speak.
Not a whole lot of changes since last month. We have brought on probably 6 new clients in the last month, and a lot of them have new business on the books. So we're excited to kind of see what's going on with them. So
there's two basic options that you've got, of course, fully customizable. The goal for productivity coaching is to eventually transition you to MAPS coaching. Tons and tons of resources there. So with our Market Center productivity program, you've got the ability to have traditional coaching. And then there's what we call the elite program. The elite program is all inclusive and even to the point of providing leads to the agents in the program that are meeting their milestones. So if you got any questions about that, feel free to reach out to Darshan or Mary or myself, and we'll be happy to get you the information. Any other questions? Anything else going into the beginning of December? You want to round us on out? Emily? Just making her way back up here.
All right, so next team meeting is the one to be at. It's going to be fun. It's going to have prizes. It's going to be games. It's going to be exciting. And we will be sending out more information about Kent Temple, who will be here in January, and the rest of the 12 days of Christmas. So stay tuned. You know how to reach us if you need us. Party. January, we're doing a winter gala, January 21st, which is a Friday at 6:30 at the Alamance Country Club. It'll be cocktail attire. It'll be a lot of fun. We decided to move the holiday party to January because we thought it would be easier for everybody's schedules and more people could attend. So Agent Mix, that's in January. We don't have one in December. And we have the happy hour for the 12 days of Christmas at the Market Center in the agent workroom, 4:30 this coming Thursday. Tim with Cross Country will be there providing food. So we hope to see you guys there. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Go forth and love one another. And we will see you at the second team meeting of the year.